Hey folks, it is Thursday. It is now time for Coach's Corner here in Decatur Township. I'm Jason Schanzel. With me as always, our awesome coach, Mr. Kyle Enright. How are you, Coach Enright?
Doing great. Got a little fall weather here. I see the ghost and Halloween decorations, listening to the Halloween music on the way to taking the kids to school. So.
It is definitely that time. I pass, I don't know how many 12-foot tall wolves, mans, and skeletons I pass on a daily basis now.
Yeah,
it seems
my
like.
son's obsessed, so we've taken multiple trips to Spirit Halloween already.
That's awesome.
Just to see all the things.
Good.
So,
hey, there's
love
nothing
it.
wrong with getting into it and for
Love
your
it.
kids and enjoying it. So, all right. So it's fall time. Man, the most wonderful time of the year, right?
Yes,
It's football
absolutely.
season.
Absolutely.
So last Friday, big win. Really wasn't really ever in doubt. I can't think of the last time, maybe 7-8 years ago, we handled Mooresville that way. I mean, it just was never a thing.
Yeah, it's we've been starting fast.
Yeah.
And that was no different this Friday. Unfortunately, we had to slow down and stop for an hour and a half, and then come back out there, which was kind of strange. But man, 31 points in the first quarter. It felt like a half. It was so long. But man, our kids played. They were locked in and ready to go from the opening kickoff. So that was great to see.
Yeah, I think the things that you had spoken about from the previous week kind of sunk in, and when you go through those type of experiences, I mean, it changes you. It changes your mindset, changes your mentality.
You hope that it does.
Yeah.
And with this group, it really does. It's not lip service. They take coaching extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
They know that it's not personal. We're just trying to get better. And that just speaks volumes about the leadership on the team and really the football maturity of the group to trust and understand the things that you need to work on, and then it shows up the next week, which is, as a coach, that's all you can ask for of young men is to listen and try to get better, and they did, so that was awesome.
Well, Coach, let's talk about who stood out for us on Friday. I feel like we could talk about a lot of guys.
There are a lot of names, but offensively, we try to be balanced, try to spread the field out, make teams defend 53 1/3 is what we talk about, the width of the field. And I think on the first series we hit 5 different receivers in 5 consecutive plays.
Oh, wow.
All over the field, which is tough on a defense. So, but we were finally able to run the ball like we do and like we want to. We had 500 yards of total offense, over 300 yards rushing. And that was, without Dodo for most of the game because he went down with an ankle. So Rel stepped in, played some running back, and rushed for over 200 yards.
Wow.
Which was crazy. Not crazy, but had to step in and do a job that he's done sparingly throughout the year. So just a testament to him to be ready to go. But obviously when you have that many yards, your offensive line has to perform.
Yeah.
We made somewhat of a switch up front and moved senior James Gibson to center, which allowed Alec Serber to play probably his natural spot, left guard, and get him out pulling and kind of trying to bury people on the edge like he does. So him and Tyler Cooper combined for over 15 pancakes.
Jeez.
They were fighting over the syrup all night. So that's always great to see. They take pride in not only doing their job, but kind of dominating physically, and they kind of run the show on offense. So it starts with the offensive line, but Bo had a great game again. He's throwing almost 70% completion rate, had 175 yards passing and a touchdown, rush for a touchdown. So just his kind of toughness to be able to run the ball and be a dual threat, I think puts pressure on defenses. And then, Bryson Bonawent and Hunter Harvey continue to play great H-back and fullback for us. Kind of a two-headed monster there. They kind of share a spot that Albert played last year, and they both do some things really, really well. So it keeps Bonnie fresh on defense to allow Hunter to step in there and get some work in. And outside, Carson Ison continues to be one of the best blockers on the perimeter that we've had.
Yeah.
He's a great route runner. He catches everything that comes his way. Sometimes for an outside receiver, it's just not in the cards to get catches. Two weeks ago against Martinsville, he had a huge game. And that's what they were giving up, and that's what we went to. And so he knows that, but just really proud of him and Kaz and Dodo and those guys on the perimeter for their blocking for one another. So
Yeah.
continue to get a week better offensively, and just really proud of the collective execution. We talk about execution on offense, and offense is offensive football to me is the ultimate team sport, because you can have 10 guys do their job on a play and do it beautifully, but one guy messes up and then you lose 5 yards. So just really proud of our collective execution on the night, and excited for where this offense can go.
Yeah, I feel like our offense was hitting on all cylinders for, majority of the night, probably 85% of the night. And if you're doing that, I mean, there's a lot of good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
But to speak to your point, the blocking of our receivers, I worked at Ben Davis in 2001, and that was just preached to the receivers there. And I think that's what separates those pretty good teams from the great teams, is that they can turn a 10-yard run because their receivers know how to block downfield into a 25, 40, 50-yard run touchdown.
Yeah, and our coaches do a great job of emphasizing certain things. Coach Ison is our wide receivers coach, and he really emphasizes blocking in practice.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not going to name any names, but we turn on the film and watch other teams play. All you have to do is watch a team's receivers and their effort. Yeah. And we play some teams that their receivers walk off the ball on running plays. Like, you're not going to play if you do that here. So I think our kids know that, and it's kind of ingrained, but it's also emphasized. But just a shout out to our coaching staff.
100%.
Ian Mendez, our running backs coach, Chase Lyday, Bryce Jefferson, Dennis Sherritt's doing a phenomenal job along with Dennis Hoskins. Just a great offensive staff, a lot of guys. I think we have 7 offensive coaches, but they all have a point of emphasis each week. And then we go into Indy time on Monday and Tuesday, and they emphasize those things that we need to work on. And couldn't be more proud of a staff and kids for buying into that. That's what makes you execute.
It's definitely working.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, let's flip to the other side of the coin. In my opinion, whatever you want to call it, there maybe were two, 3 plays on defense I can think of where Mooresville was successful. However, they had to be absolutely perfect to be successful. And our defense played wonderful.
Lights out, yeah. And you nailed it. They had 2 long plays where they had to be perfect. It was a great throw and catch. We had great coverage, and that happens. They have players, too, that can make plays. But overall, 95% of the snaps on defense, they were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The quarterback was uncomfortable all night.
Yeah.
And from snap 1, with Michael and Bonnie coming off the edge, and our defensive line doing their job and playing physically, it makes it tough on the opposing quarterback.
Yeah.
With our athletes out there covering, you have to be perfect sometimes in order to make a play, and they weren't most of the night.
Yeah.
Quarterback was running for his life, and just a testament to our defensive staff. So.
Yeah, well, and I feel like, and I coached a little bit of offensive line, defensive line. I feel like front 7 of our defense is starting to get in that pocket to where, your guys up front are either holding their running lanes or they're getting pressure on the quarterback, and then our outside guys and linebackers are just eating.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to watch when you see what's going on with that front 7. And then now you see all of our defensive backfield. We're getting coverage sacks. Those guys are starting to click as well. And it's beautiful to watch.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better. I think we had 6 sacks and 3 interceptions. So, you add those things together, and that makes for a great defense. But our defensive line, they have to be selfless. They have to understand that by taking up a gap and taking up 2 blockers, you're freeing up Smitty, and Colton and those linebackers to make plays.
Yeah.
And you buy into that concept that, hey, you might not be in on this tackle, but you gave an assist, so to speak, like a basketball assist to a linebacker to make a play. So Colton Ison stepped in at inside linebacker with Chris Hill kind of being banged up and did a phenomenal job. Bradrion Johnson stepped in at safety, changed our look up a little bit just to give Mooresville something they hadn't seen, and sure enough, the quarterback threw it right up, and BJ went up and poked 2 of them out of the air. So great plan. Kaz had another interception.
Yep.
But, I think defensively the ultimate goal is to take away what the other team is good at.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, you don't necessarily play a base defense that you play the same way against every opponent. And I think our defensive staff and kids understood the plan versus Mooresville to be able to take away what they're good at and force them to play left-handed, so to speak.
Yeah, but just so many positive things defensively from Friday night. Let's go to phase number 3. Again, we talk about how we kind of take it for granted. Did we miss a kick Friday night?
Nope, 7 for 7 on extra points, 2 for 2 on field goals. I'm glad he got
many touchbacks?
Yeah, 7 touchbacks out of 10. I'm glad we gave him the opportunity to kick a field goal that wasn't 50-plus yards. Because those are tough. But we're still going to continue to give him those opportunities as well. But he actually got a couple 30-yarders, which made him feel good. And his leg's live and popping right now. He had a 54-yarder in practice yesterday with no wind. He's drilling the ball and really
hitting on all cylinders. Yeah. I tell you another thing that really stands out to me as far as special teams, and I try and throw those guys some love when we go kick an extra point or a field goal. I'll say your long snapper, Alex Serber, your holder, Bryson Bonowit, and your kicker, Ashton Vogel. I saw one snap that got a little high. Bonnie just plucks it and lays it. I mean, it's so clicking,
we
man. It's so nice.
We probably snap, hold, and kick, I would say 7 to 10 reps every single day.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Ashton kicks more than that, but with the actual snap from Al and the hold from Bonnie, 7 to 10 times a day. And, man, over the last 3 years, we're probably at a 99, 98% rate, which is amazing. Those guys do a great job with that, and it's like I've always said, like, you don't notice it unless it's bad,
right?
But we don't want to take that for granted.
No, yeah. So
another huge special teams play I don't want to forget.
Oh,
just popped in my head.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say.
So it's 38-14, and everybody in the stands is probably like, man, this is not a repeat of Martinsville, is it? And they lined up the onside kick, and Colton Ison stepped up, grabbed the onside kick, and ran 50 yards for a touchdown. So kind of put a stamp on, no, this is not Martinsville. We're not going to let that happen again. But a great play by that young man. He was part of the one in Martinsville where him and someone else collided. And I think really that was just a fluke play, so he didn't lose confidence.
Kind of vindicated himself a little bit.
And got a touchdown out of it, and so that was awesome to see. Kind of put a stamp on the dub.
I think you and I have talked about this, and I don't know where teams got the idea or the thought to do the little dying quail squib type kick to our middle line.
I know
there.
why they don't want to kick to number 7, but
that's true.
We have weapons.
However,
everywhere.
I feel like those guys, we've fielded the ball and moved it forward. I'm like, why would you do that? Why do you want to start at the 40?
Yeah, good luck. The next 3, the row in front of that is Carson, Rel, and Hunter. So,
come on.
They're going to get yards too, so pick your poison.
You might as well just kick the thing and do your best. But I haven't understood that all year. Why they do that.
I think just because of Kaz's first couple weeks where he had a lot of kickoff return yardage. So.
Well, and I guess that goes back to our talk from a long time ago. Pick your poison. What do you want?
Absolutely.
What's your what's gonna
we'll take it because our average starting field position has been
really good.
35, 40 yard line, so we'll take it. Shout out to Coach Kennett and the special teams guys just for having a plan and executing those plans and making special teams special.
Yeah, and I feel like that group's really, really come together. One other thing I just thought, did we punt? Maybe once?
I think we had to punt one time, which I was not happy about. But we did, one thing that we have to continue to work on as well is we fumbled a snap again and gave them the ball back. And then we had kind of a red zone turnover where the wrong play was called in the huddle, just kind of a signal from the sideline, communication breakdown. And then we threw an interception. So, we talked about it after the game. It's like, in a game where you're blowing somebody out, those plays don't seem as important, but
they are.
Those 2 turnovers, in a big game in the playoffs where it's back and forth, like that's going to get you beat. So
I think that goes to you can always, get better, You know, even if we had won 78-0, I'm sure you could find some things in there where you're like, hey, we could do this better, or we could do that better.
Yeah, you know, and I think the main thing that this group is good at is taking coaching, but also, like, we've got to understand, like, you can never be too high and never be too low. Like, you got to stay even keel, and we've got a lot of players that are mature enough to do that. And it's hard as a young man. Like, you want to get hype and celebrate things, and we want them to, for sure. Football's fun, but at the same time, like, you know, you've got to be able to understand that, move on to the next play. Whether it was a good play or bad play, move on to the next. So.
All right. Well, we're going to bring in a couple of standout players for us. We'll meet them here in a second, Coach, and then we'll come back and we'll catch up a little bit more here on the end. So
awesome.
We'll be back in just a second. All right, folks, welcome back. I am now with three standout gentlemen. All three of these guys are kind of coming into their own this season. On the far end, number 10, Carson Ison. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Good. And in the middle, Pharrell Carter. Pharrell having a great year thus far. Good to have you this morning. You doing all right?
Yes, sir. I'm doing
all right. And then also Hunter Harvey. Hunter's starting to come out here. I've said his name quite a bit here lately, and so we're starting to see him turn up the heat. How are you, Hunter?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good, man. So we're going to ask each of these guys a few questions and get to know them a little bit. So, Carson, we'll start with you out there on the outside. What's your favorite subject in school, and do you have a favorite teacher? It could be anybody from current or it could be somebody from the past. So what's your favorite subject, and who's your favorite teacher?
My favorite subject is math, and I don't have a favorite teacher.
All right. Likes everybody equally. How about you, Pharrell?
My favorite subject right now is history, and my favorite teacher is Coach Griff right now.
All right. Yeah, I like Coach Griff. I would agree with that. How about you, Hunter? Who's your favorite teacher and favorite subject?
My favorite subject is probably English, and the teacher's probably Miss Palmer.
Good choice. Good choice. She's in my hallway. Great lady. All righty. So, Hunter, since you have the microphone in your hand, what's your favorite kind of candy?
Skittles.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Good choice. Pharrell, what's your favorite kind of candy, sir?
I'm going to say Skittles, too.
Oh, everybody wants to taste the rainbow. How about you, Carson?
I like gummy candies.
Gummy bears? Is there any particular kind of gummy bears?
Nah,
or gummy candies?
I just like all.
Like them all. All right, nothing wrong with that. All right, Pharrell, you are with your friends at a haunted house. Are you at the very front of the line, the very back of the line, or somewhere in the middle? You get a little scared, do you?
I'd be at the front because I'm like goofy, so I'll be playing around.
He's gonna mess with them. All right. How about you, Hunter?
I'm in the back.
He's like, no thanks. How about you, Carson?
We're in the middle.
We're in the middle. We got one of everything here. So I just don't go to haunted houses. There's not my thing. Sorry, I won't even get in line. So number 4, we'll start with you, Carson. What's more impressive, a 4.440 or a 4.4 GPA? Or a 44-inch vertical?
Probably 44-inch vertical.
Oh, okay. That is pretty impressive, not gonna lie. How about you, Pharrell?
4.4 GPA.
All right, I like it. What about you, Hunter?
Definitely a 4.4 GPA.
All right. So I'm not gonna lie, they're all three pretty impressive to me. So I'm an older man and not very smart and can't jump or run. So I understand. All right. Hunter, if you had to pick one football player that you model your game after, who would it be and why?
Probably either Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry.
All right, well, why?
Well, Derrick Henry because he stiff arms.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's brutal. All right, how about you, Pharrell? Who do you model your game after and why?
Tyrone Tracy Jr.
There you go. I like that. All right. And obvious answer why is?
Because he went here.
Exactly, because he's the man. All right, how about you, Carson?
I'll pick Devontae Adams.
Oh, nice. That's a good choice as well. Why do you think that?
Because of his route running.
Yeah, he's very good right now. Unfortunately, he's stuck on a rough-looking team right this moment. How about Pharrell? What's better at Christmas time, giving presents or getting them?
I say as a kid, it was probably getting presents, but now I say giving.
All right, I like that. How about you, Hunter?
Probably giving.
Giving? All right. How about you, Carson?
I still like getting presents.
So we got 2 givers and 1 getter. All right. Hunter, since you got the mic in your hand, we'll start with you on this one. You are in the weight room, and Coach Lane gives you a free day to choose your favorite lift. What are you lifting?
Power clean.
Ooh, power clean's very nice. Very tough lift.
I say power clean, too.
Power clean as well. What about you, Carson?
My favorite lift is squat.
Squats and power cleans. So a bunch of power dudes, all strong. All right. Carson, we'll start with you. Do you text, call, or FaceTime?
I text people.
Texter. How about you, Pharrell?
I text too. I don't like being on the phone.
How about you, Hunter?
I'll definitely text.
Text, bunch of text messengers. All right, Pharrell, let's go with you. You are alone on a deserted island with no way off. What 3 items are you bringing?
I'm bringing my phone, water, and a football.
Phone, water, and football. How about you, Hunter?
I'm going to bring a Monopoly game because that's going to last forever. I'm going to bring food and a friend.
Food and a friend and a Monopoly. All right, how about you, Carson?
Probably a friend, water, and like an axe or something.
All right. This guy's getting some tools out there. All right. So good answers, guys. Let's see. Carson, we will go with you on this one. The school cafeteria had to make budget cuts, and they only serve one thing the rest of the year. But you get to choose what this item is. What are you choosing?
Is it like from current school lunch right now?
I could be anything. How about that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
All right. I like the country fried steak here.
All right, country fried steak. How about you, Pharrell? What item are you going to have on the lunch menu for perpetuity?
The salad.
The salad? I'm not mad at you on that one. How about you, Hunter?
Probably a PB&J.
Peanut butter and jelly. So 3 wide variety of foods there. And I like all of them, truth be told. So, all right, last one, Hunter. What is one key to getting a dub against the Red Pride this Friday night?
We just got to out-physical them.
Out
honestly.
physical. All right. How about you, Pharrell? What's one key to winning Friday?
Staying locked in and not letting outside factors get to us. Just keep the main thing the main thing.
All right, I like that. How about you, Carson? What do you think?
To keep fighting till the last whistle.
All right, man. Play till the end. So good answers from all 3 of these guys. Again, Friday night, we are going to be at Plainfield at 7 p.m. You're going to get to see all these guys. We got the touchdown machine and Carson Ison, another running/touchdown machine, Pharrell Carter, and a tackle and running catching machine and Hunter Harvey. If you guys want to come see these guys Friday night, defeat Plainfield, that'll be their first loss of the year, right, guys?
Yep.
So if you want to help them hang that L on the Red Pride, come join us. We will be back here in just a moment with Coach Enright. Thanks for your time, guys. All right, I'm back with Coach Enright. And, Coach, we got a task ahead of us, which in my recent memory, this is not a new task. Plainfield Quakers are undefeated, and we are about to play them.
You like the name Quakers or Red Pride better?
Ooh, no offense to all the old school folks, Red Pride does sound a little more menacing than the Quakers.
Yeah, it does. Excited to go over there. It's their homecoming. Yeah. They're 5-0, and we've had some fairly close games here in the last couple years. Tyler Bless, their head coach, does a good job. He's got his Hall of Fame fathers helping him out this year on the offensive line, and you can tell offensive line is pretty darn good. So it'll be a challenge, but we are extremely ready and looking forward to this challenge.
All right. Well, I feel like we do a nice job of matching up with them. Obviously, you know, they've had a head coaching change. You know, I don't remember exactly how long Coach Bless has been there.
I think this is his 3rd year.
Okay, so 3 years. So they've kind of changed how they go about things and changed their philosophies and such. So, but I feel like we always really match up well with them. So it should be. I mean, it should be a dogfight if you want my opinion.
12-round fight.
Yeah.
You know, we're ready. Midnight Alley, we're ready to go over there and continue to fight and throw punches and get up off the mat and continue to fight. But they're big, they're large. They got some large humans up front on both sides of the ball. We've got some kids that understand that size doesn't necessarily mean that you're the better fighter or blocker.
For sure.
I think we've got an edge to us this week in practice and a mindset that we're not going to get out physicaled. Their mantra is they're going to run the football down your throat. And I think, heck, we're going to put some guys in the box and let them go fight and not let them do that. And if they do, then we'll regroup and try again. But we're gonna fight. I promise you that.
Well, and I'm excited. I'll be there. Just really looking forward to it. The other thing that is kind of interesting, and this is kind of a newer development in the last couple of days, the weather's not going to be so great, Coach.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be fun, kind of, I guess. We'll see. We've got the hurricane on the East Coast, so a little bit of residual effects from that with the wind. It's looking like 35 mile per hour to 40 mile per hour wind, which could allow Ashton to maybe attempt a 65-yard field goal. We'll see.
Hey, let it go.
But yeah, bring your ponchos and your umbrellas and rain gear because it's going to be rainy and windy. And
well, and I believe the theme is camo, right?
it is camo. So get your camo
Get
gear
your camo
on,
ponchos.
orange and whatever you want to wear. Stay dry, but just know it's going to be a fun old school. I just wish it was like on grass and mud and
no
dirt
doubt.
and you know.
Maybe we could switch the game to Old Arlington High School or
That
something
would be
like
great.
that.
Valley Mills would be.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Could you imagine everybody standing around at Valley Mills?
Yeah, we run out of the woods. And
Now, one thing I want to mention, you are wearing this fancy New Jersey. And,
shout out Donnie Ivy for the jerseys.
And tonight, this young man, our very own Tyrone Tracy Jr., is going to be playing on Thursday Night Football. I'm excited to see that as well.
Amazing.
So a lot of stuff going on, huh?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Just what a great family and great young man, and he represents, all of Hawk Nation very well.
Yeah.
Playing in New York is tough, but to get drafted and make the 53-man roster, and last week he had 5 carries and 2 catches, and is kind of becoming a bigger part of the offense every week.
Yeah.
But just couldn't be more proud of a young man, and got to go to Notre Dame last week and watch Javon. Unfortunately, Kenny's on the shelf with an injury, but love Saturdays where you flip the channel and watch all of our young men that are playing in college compete, and to have one playing at the highest level is just again a testament to his family and all the things that he did here.
I think that's what makes the program special is we have all these guys, and what else is special to me is that they come back. I mean, there's so many faces that I see on a Friday night of former players that have played at amazing levels. Tommy Stevens is playing in Canada.
Yeah.
Lucas McNeil's been in and out of the NFL, and he's been back. And you see all these different guys, and it's super cool, and it's really cool for the kids to see them as well.
It is. It's great to see. Homecoming last week, we had quite a few guys back, and in that long delay, I got the opportunity to speak to a few of them. Which is always great, but I've never seen a place have so many guys come back that are on your sideline and during games that just want to be there and support the program, and it's just really awesome to see. But they bleed blue and gold, and we love that.
Well, speaking of supporting the program, come on out Friday night at Plainfield. It is their homecoming. Camo is the theme, and we're looking to derail their undefeated season, Coach.
Yep.
I'm really excited, and wish you the best of luck.
12-round fight, camo. Bring it. Let's go.
All righty. We'll
Go
see you
Hawks.
then. Go Hawks.